four of the countries in the top 5 are North African, and which are like dominant, is not even dominant, it's only like the Arabs. You have Morocco in second place is Arabs. Egypt is second, in third place is Arabs. Tunisia in third place Arabs. Algeria in fourth place Arabs. But then there's never that complex that uh, that exists amongst black people, is that like they don't go and invade Morocco, they don't invade Egypt, they don't invade Tunisia, they don't invade Algeria. They don't even like try to go to those countries and ruin those countries. But then because South Africa is obviously like dominated by black people, they feel like no, the Arabs can have those good things that are happening in the country. But then South Africa, nah, they can't, because they look just like us. So they can't have all those nice things. They can't have this a functioning government. They can't have this A-listers going to there in South Africa. They can't have World Cup being hosted in South Africa. They can't have this proper infrastructure in South Africa. We're gonna try and invade the country and turn it into another failed state. And that's what really what they're doing, because it felt like it was about improving their life and maybe being a better and seeking for opportunities and employment and greener pastures. Why not go to Algeria? Why not go to Tunisia? Why not go to Egypt? Why not go to Morocco? Because they're in the top 5 in the of desired destination in Africa. Why not go to those places? Because they know that side is obviously Arabs. They feel like Arabs, they do deserve this nice, because I'm sure like Morocco is a very very functional country. They're going to host the 2030 World Cup. Egypt, a very functional country, very developed. Tunisia, very developed. Algeria, very developed. But then they feel like no, because the Arabs, they deserve that good developed country. South Africa don't develop that, because I think even if maybe they can go to those Morocco, Egypt, and Tunisia, and those other countries in those other Arab countries, they won't do what they do in South Africa. They won't commit the crime that they commit in South Africa, because they will respect the law, the laws in that country. Because like I said, I'm saying to you, most of these people, they don't respect the laws of our country. They literally don't respect the laws of this country. And yes, I know maybe we allow it as a country, because one thing we all know that like we are nice people in South Africa. And I really honestly, I hate this the Ubuntu thing that we adopted, because really, what has Ubuntu really benefited? How has it benefited us? Because it has really took this country from where it was pre-94 to where it is right now. Yes, there's infrastructure that was built post 1994. There's things that got better after post 1994. But if we're really being honest, ever since we adopted this Ubuntu nonsense, I just feel like why should we be the only country in Africa that has this Ubuntu thing? Why should we be the only country in this Africa that continuously allow or turn a blind eye to the horrible things that foreigners continue to do right now in our country? It has to come to an end. It has to come to an end, because if we don't, our country, it don't even take long, guys, before our country we're not able to host these mega stars anymore. I mean, like, do you want to tell me that like 2030 something, or do you think Chris Brown, if our country continue at the rate is continue at this path that is going right now, do you think the likes of Chris Brown will want to come to this country again? Do you think the likes of Kanye West will want to come to this country? Because yes, right now we still have a good PR, but then we in the country know that like things are not great. Things are not great in this country, and it's really our responsibility to make sure that like we take this country to where it was. So let me just play this video until the end. But then you just take a look at that this. You still have in the top 5, still South Africa still up there at the first place. But then this, I think it goes until 2020. I think right now Morocco might be in first place, if not second place. This was until 2020, but then I think right now Morocco I think is in the first place when it comes to the most visited country in Africa. Because you know why? Because the most safest country, the citizens of Morocco respect the laws, the government is not corrupt. We just need to do that as the country. We just need to make sure that like our government enforce these laws that they have. It's not that difficult. So This was a very very prophetic tweet. South Africa is a fucking miracle, and being South African is a fucking honor and privilege. Don't let anyone ever tell you any other nonsense. Look, he said it all. He said it all, man. Like it's just unfortunate that I don't know what is it that like maybe South Africans don't understand how much of a good country we have. Maybe it's a lack of traveling. They think like other countries are better, but I've not been to any other country. But then I'm well aware of how much of a great country this country is. Our government is really really effing us over. Our government is really really effing us over. But then aka well traveled before his demise in 2023. He was well traveled guy in, I mean, he's been to America, he's been to UK, he's been to everywhere else in Africa. But then for him to come back and still say South Africa, you're a fucking miracle. Being South Africa is a fucking honor and a privilege. He's been exposed to those other countries and he realized that like, nah man, actually South Africa is still better than this some of these countries. It's just that if we can just have a functional government, honestly, because this honestly it really really frustrates me, because I'm thinking like, man, yes, the country's great. I had the opportunity to be here, speak my mind without feeling fear or thinking, oh my god, if the government sees this, we don't have any dictatorship, we have the freedom of speech, and other countries don't have this. They don't have this. So just people need to do your research. Look how much of a slum Nigeria is. A dumping site. Zimbabwe, a dumping site. Ghana, a dumping site. All most of these African countries, dumping site. They want to turn South Africa into another dumping site. So we really need to protect our country, guys. We need to really fight very hard for our country. Look at this guy. Says, why is South Africa so developed? Is it because the white man stayed far longer compared to other countries, or what? That Chris Brown show they are having tonight looks like a concert in the West. Look, one thing that I've been saying, and I